wherever, whenever, and whoever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK. Welcome back to Chessenta, far over to the east there on the southern shores of the Sea of Fallen Stars. And a big hello to everyone in chat as well. Welcome in, Phantom, McLover, Seb. How you doing, everybody? Sorry, I had to fuss with my cameras here a smidge, so just let me crop them properly. Couldn't do it in the editing offline bit, so I got it on Scarlet. What are you two? Uno reverse moi. No, it's still Zoom. It's just there was a Zoom update, so it's being cheeky. There we go. just a minor little bit of croppage. Okay. There we are. Right, okay, so welcome in everyone. Hope you're doing very, very well. It's lovely to see you all, and we are going to be jumping into Chessenta's Tyranny once more as we join our adventurers, or at least two of them. Hey, McLover, thank you. Gifted sub to Broombrass. Thank you so much for that, McLover. Thanks for all the support. Hope everyone's had a lovely week and is enjoying getting into the weekend. Getting a head start over here in Japan. Carolyn getting a spin of the wheel. Let's see what it is.
Thank you, darling.
Coming in at Wild Magic Surge. I love to see it. Okay. Also, Reese, you have Upsal strength still from last time.
Yeah, I was just checking.
Your mom's gonna be like, "What have you been eating?" Okay. All that famous. Hey, McLover, congratulations! Omedetou gozaimasu!
Congratulations!
New additions to the family.
Hell yeah. We'd love to see it.
Sorry, I'm just getting some names down here. Okay. That's awesome. Congrats, mate. Hope you had a lovely occasion. Okay, now. As we return here, we are without our little Fey boy. Timely, just missed it. Little Fey boy and Shark on legs, with Luce and Arius away. They are still up north with an F.
North.
Up here in Mordalkin, out on the island there in the bay, battling against wizards of the deep, as they were protecting their base of operations up there. But fear not, they will discover where Reese and Carolyn are in the near future. But right now, they are still up and away doing battle there. Meanwhile, Reese and Carolyn were nowhere on this map, as they were off in the dream plane. In a little pocket of dream space that was being used as a prison for Carolyn's fiancé, Ysir. The valiant, memory-retrieving efforts of the fabulous champions of the Unseelie courts and their defeat of the ladies of Nightbrook meant that the memories that Ysir had bargained away with those hags came flooding back, and Carolyn remembered that her fiancé was not only taken by these evil wizards, a break-off of the arcane force, but was actually very close to home and more similar to herself than she had memories of, as it seemed that Ysir was also a Dreamweaver, the Faerun equivalent of the Kalash Star. They raided into this pocket dimension, bamfed there by the will of Ysir, the power of love, you might say, bringing them through to the prison in a valiant effort to set her free. They were accosted by strange crystal material, dagger-wielding, psionic blasting, strange monster befriending guardians of this prison, and there was a pitched battle around this dreamlike realm, but they were able to succeed. And in doing so, released Yssia from her prison. But they realized from the words and the gloats and the jaunt and the jibes of the captors that the prison guards here were inspired. Not that they had a D4 or an advantage, but that, hey, thank you, Maddie, that they were a little far from home. I guess on the dream plane, they were equally far from home. But they were inspired from the country of Riedra in the far-off world of Eberron. Sent here a long time ago with one of our offline players, who was a Kalashtar here in Faerun, but now returned to Eberron. These Riedrans did not. And having discovered the existence of Dreamweavers, decided to continue their campaign to eradicate the Kori, these followers of the Way of Light, also they thought, and hunt down these Dreamweavers here in Faerun. They, posing as Red Wizards of Thay, tricked those rebellious wizards of the deep and rounded up Ysir, and were on the search for Kerlin and any others that they might find, so that they could get their hands on those Kori, destroy them, and have them sent back to Dalcor, the Plane of Dreams, where they would be reborn into the darkness and away from this pesky obsession with the path of light. Now, don't mess with me, Maddie. Mess with Patch with these spins of the wheels. Another spin for Kerlin.
Of course.
Double, wild, magic. Oh no, it's an advantage. Damn it.
I'll take that.
Yes, especially as you didn't have one. Only I have a crystal right now. Reese, you'll have to make do with a crysteel.
Well, folks at home, you know what to do about that.
No, dream pies are very, very precious. You don't want to go wasting them like that. No, it works sometimes.
You have no idea how many dream pies I have.
Oh, McClover. Reese also has a crystal.
Yay, thank
Cheers,
you.
McClover.
Yeah.
Okay, as do I. Now, you, reeling from your wounds and psychic injuries and the like, and with Ysir weakened in your arms, reunited at last, Kerlin, after so long. Maddie, McClover beat you to it. You... Hang on, let's figure this out. Hang on, I think, do I have... Yeah, I do have a spare. Boop. Not for Patch, though. There we go.
Oh.
Sorry, Reese gets it today. Double crystal, Reese. Double crystals
Thank
across
you.
the sky. Okay, now. Very old reference, sorry.
Wow.
Not that old. Well,
I mean, it's from the internet, so I guess that's not a...
yeah, exactly.
Okay. It gets to this point, it's like, that reference is so old, it was, the first letter was illuminated script. So, you were rescued. Yanked from this prison, not quite knowing how you were going to escape, but a portal opened, and stepping through the shimmering plane of light, we saw the fiery red hair and half smile of a proud mother, as Reese's mother, one of Reese's mothers, Fezri, stepped through, and she raises an eyebrow. Reese, have you been working out? Reese is still, oops, all strength, everybody. And she's like, come on.
Just a little.
Ooh, I haven't said this for years. Come on, Reese. Can't dawdle in dreamland. Time to wake up. And the four of you stepped back through the portal. As we step through this portal into Chessenta and into tonight's Chessenta's Tyranny. And welcome back. Sorry, what Patch and I were trying to do there was send links to Patch. For starters, click on that QuestJunkiesUK and jump in on that goodness there. I wonder. Hang on. Let's see if a shout out works properly. Sorry, folks. Seems we've got some of them nasty little tech goblins creeping about the place. Boop. That works. The / ones work. Just the commands don't work. Very rude. There you go. Cheers, Patch. There's Patch's link tree. Give them a follow. All the good stuff that they do. Okay, so you step through and find yourselves stepping into a stone-clad basement, kind of cellar type environment, with not quite as grand, but a similar get-up to the picture that was in the socials post and the Discord post. This portal with this array of symbols around it, all sorts of glyphs and sigils arrayed, glowing and slowly fading as the power of the portal dies behind you. And Reese, you find yourself slightly sandwiched as Fizri and Elinka rush to your side. It's been too long. It's been too long. I hope you've been getting into mischief.
More than I'd like.
Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. No, what's with your friends? Are they okay? And they rush to Carolyn, you and Yusia's side.
And Carolyn is paying no attention to them because she's got the whole world in her hands right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'd probably also noticed that, like, Carolyn maybe still be covered in, but like blood. Reese is also covered in like that, like silvery oil slick kind of blood, and mercurial. That's the word.
There you go.
You say is still unconscious?
She's moving and stirring a little, and her eyes slowly open, kind of seem unfocused at first, but kind of looking around. Where? When?
Here now with me. That's all that matters.
She seems to think about that for a moment. And then she reaches up, just one frail hand just shakily against your cheek. Carolyn.
It's me. I've come to bring you home.
You came. How did you find me?
I'm not quite sure how to answer that other than I was always going to find you.
Thank you. Thank you for getting me out of there.
Thank you for not giving up. And Kaelin will, for a split second, break the fourth wall, look directly at the camera and say, "Happy Pride Month, darlings." And she'll lean in for a kiss.
There's a hesitation, and then it's returned. Perfect. And Reese, Fizri looks you up and down, like steps back, looks at your persona. You know, it's thanks to this. It is a side effect. I think side effect's the wrong word, but having worn this persona myself so much, I think I still have a certain connection to it. I get glimpses, I get feelings of how you are.
He looks just a little bit sheepish, almost embarrassed, but is also going to kind of be like attempt to give Carolyn and Yesaya a bit more privacy.
And yeah, both of your mums take you off to the side, and you think from the stonework and your kind of general perception of things and being clued in, you think you're back in Hepatios, where your mums are based, in a cellar in that underground market beneath the hill.
I think he'll just kind of take a moment to actually appreciate the ruins and the architecture of the place in a way previously less so.
Give me a perception check.
Essentially, after going to that dream zone where he got to experience the ancient architecture of essentially Egypt.
Yeah.
Making that comparison and ooh, hey. That is a 9 plus 16, 25.
Nice. You look around and you see the cellar seems to be on par with the rest of the market and the construction of the complex underneath Hepatios that your mothers are so involved with. And that all seems, to add up and make sense. The portal is new. It has been added to this chamber in recent years. Definitely not as old as the room. Carolyn, back to you.
I think
How-
she's not saying a lot right now. She's just letting her come round and in her own time um say what she needs to say, feel what she needs to feel, do what she needs to do.
Yes.
She's purely gone into like caregiving mode.
Yes. She still seems very woozy, very, uncertain of things. And thank God. You and Bridget should definitely not hang out. don't need that kind of perception around. Bridget's I think they checked out their incoming. I can't remember. Was it Bridget or Matty? Was it you, Matty? I can't remember. It was like kind of thinking ahead and seeing how their characters leveled up, and that one of them had just absolutely ridiculous perception.
I will probably expend my last 3 spell slots. I will give her 2 first-level healing words and a second-level healing words to try and help her recover.
It definitely helps, yeah. And she looks. How long? Carolyn, how long?
It's been over a decade, my love.
Oh. She seems to forget herself for a moment. She's like, and she looks kind of wildly around. Reedrons, dreaming dark. That doesn't mean anything to you, does it?
Not yet, but I'm sure it will. One step at a time.
Karen. I'm so sorry. It was the only...
Yes, no, listen.
Look, no, please, you don't understand. Trust me, the cost was worth it. These people, they're not who the deep think they are. It was... These people look for those like us to exterminate. The only reason I'm still here is because they were using the deep to find others. They have some connection with your father.
I wondered if this would be the case. A lot has been happening. And in time, I will clue you in on everything.
Yeah. Above the table, you think she, it's just the arcane force connection as opposed to a more direct sinister connection.
Yes.
She looks... I couldn't risk them finding you, and then what happened? I made plans. I had assurances no one would ever know.
And no one did.
But they found
A lot
you.
happened. The details don't matter right now. You did what you had to do, and I do not think less of you for it. Because what you did is exactly the same as what I have done for the last 10 years. What I've always done. You fought for us, for our future. And now we're back.
The reagents, they were looking for others. They were sure there were others. Is there anyone who needs our help?
In recent days, I have indeed come across individuals that share my lineage.
Who? Where are they?
Oh, darling, please. You need rest. The situation is in hand.
No, Kellen, you don't understand. I need to know. Who? Where are they?
She'll take Yusea's face, one hand on either side, and she'll kiss her on the forehead. And as she does, she's going to establish that mind link and just attempt to slowly drip information bit by bit, because she doesn't want to Yusea.
To Yusea's Corey? To
Yusea, specifically.
Okay, just the telepathic link?
Yes.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Oh, I love it when you ask me that.
DC 20.
Start as we mean to go on. Natural 20 for a 29.
Nice. If you got them, folks, let those phoenixes fly. Carolyn has contacted Yusea via the Oracle and through other means, and in dreams on occasion. You had those couple of instances where you were able to have that connection. Something feels different. What do you say as you make the connection?
As in, does it feel like something's changed? Or
It's difficult to describe. It's just not the same vibe. If you get my meaning.
Okay. Kind of sus. I think if I pick up on that, then, as I said, I'm just drip feeding small bits of information, and if I'm picking up that kind of vibe, I'm gonna start with the most basic, least important aspects.
Okay.
You know, the existence of the PPOC and things with Umberly, you know, the stuff that doesn't directly connect with Yusea.
Okay. She seems to be like just resting, just using the telepathic link instead. You just feel, like, tell me more.
And can I insight this?
Sure.
Okay. What's my insight? Plus 6. 12 plus 6, 18.
Okay. It's very, very enthusiastic. very hungry. Like trying to, show if it's like, like trying to catch up on 10, having been told it's been 10 years, or what. But yeah, just wants to know more. And make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, what a question. A request, should I say. It's a good job I have advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Is that against magic, though?
It's just in general. It's part of being. It's my racial feat, I think. That's a 21.
Okay. You keep feeling your train of thought being steered back towards other Dreamweavers. And this other Dreamweaver that you've mentioned.
I sever the connection.
You see his eyes snap open. What's wrong? You never used to keep things from me?
No, I'm exhausted. I think the pair of us need some rest. Let's get somewhere safe first, so we can rest up. And then we can speak about everything that we need to talk about. And everything can come to light.
Yes. Yes, of course. It's been such an ordeal. And she leans in for another kiss.
I'm out of spell slots.
That's a response.
You know what? Actually, I am going to try and do something.
Yes.
I'd like to use Eyes of the Grave.
Okay.
This is a bit of a wild card, but you never know. As an action, you know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you?
The good news is, this is a living being.
It is a living being.
But both of Reese's mothers are zombies? No.
That would be interesting. Oh, I should have used that on Amenhotep. Fuck. That would have been interesting. Okay. I think if she leans forward for a kiss, I'm going to stand up.
She looks hurt.
There's time for that later. We need to get somewhere safe.
Yes.
You should know. You taught me how to be safe and careful. We can't lose our way now.
Of course. It's just been so long.
It's been just as long for me, darling.
She raises a slender hand up to be held up.
I'll take it.
Reese. Fezri and Elinka are fussing.
I think it's been so long, he allows a little bit until, like, Carolyn and Yesaya come back into the picture, and he's like, okay, that's enough.
Have you at least established a guild into the south?
Nope.
Have you a network of spies?
Kind of.
A bit
We have a
of
spy
nothing.
master.
Oh, well, there we go. Well done. It's a good start. It's a good start. So you're not the spy master?
No.
It's okay. Yeah, well, you're doing this whole this thing. It's
I know head chef can't be chopping lettuce. But
you're so good at chopping things.
well,
So we are busy as always, but you know, Fezri got the tingle. We had to leap in,
we're lucky you did.
like the new toys.
Doesn't really fit with the aesthetic, but
True, but it's very
certainly
useful.
useful.
Mm-hmm. How do you think we got down to the south so fast that time we came to visit? And I had to go and meet Fezri back from their travels. Do you remember I told you?
Indeed.
And she turns... Actually, Fezri, that reminds us that shipment of shadow gold should be arriving soon. Yes! Yes, yes! Oh, I wonder what my favourite little jelly bean has got for us in store. And they both link arms into your elbows there, recent half walking with you, half kind of scooping you up, kind of carry you out, and you're heading out into their accommodations here. Would you be staying?
Reese looks back to his companions. Shall we at least stay the night?
I think rest is the most important thing right now for all of us.
Well, we have room for everybody. Plenty. And you remember, you've been through here before. No Jedricks chasing this time, I hope.
No one
It is
to
appreciated.
tell about it.
Oh, don't worry. With all of the work that's been going on, we've made sure that Heptios is a safe place to be.
That is a
Shall-
relief.
Sharla's control is not extending here. It's amazing how much progress you've made. I've heard almost all of the South is, well, for all intents and purposes, almost a different country. And they
Yes, it's been going
Sorry.
well so far.
They look kind of apologetic at you, Carolyn. Oh, but Merlin, it's a shame.
I'm sorry?
What news?
You're from Merlin, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Haven't been home in a while.
Goodness. Linker, I thought your sources were slipping for a moment there. It's Sharla's forces. In an attempt to not lose their grip on the South entirely, they did dig in. Merlin is basically basically a garrison now.
Huh.
Fortified, sealed up, supplying the war efforts and the mercenaries with all of the timber they need from the Mirkwood. It's a chunk smaller than it used to be.
Yes, and I can imagine that very much upsets the local wildlife.
Yeah, I'd imagine so, yes.
Well, one problem at a time. It's on the list. This list is getting bigger.
Oh, yes, yes. I know that one well. Well, everyone, we'll have refreshments sent. Reese, darling, if you have time, come and
Of course.
And she turns to Fezri. Come on, let's let them rest. And they head off into the building elsewhere. Carolyn, you see her just looking exhausted. Is just kind of collapsing onto a low cot with simple but nice sheets and coverings on it. And you and Reese are pretty much alone.
I will use the mind link between myself and Reese to speak telepathically.
I think Reese is probably about to turn away and then just stops like mid-step.
Mhm. Something's not right here.
In Heptios?
No. With Yes.
Not just...
It's difficult to describe. There is a hunger within her. A very focused intent. I'm worried I've let my guard down and I have put us in danger. I can't do anything about this because I need rest. Just be prepared for something. I don't know what yet.
Should I take up a post in the room?
I don't know. Do what you feel is best. I trust your judgment. I have some thinking to do.
Are there any is it like essentially like a barracks where there's like multiple beds, or
It's more like a hostel.
okay.
So it's got less not so much of a military feel or anything kind of that kind of style, but there are it's very simple, very very Spartan, but it's comfortable.
So I think.
Sorry, I kind of say. Reese, what's your passive again?
24.
Crazy passive.
Yeah.
Observant feat.
You are being cautious from what Carolyn's saying, and you can tell that Ysir's not sleeping as she looks to be at first glance. There's a certain tension to her.
I think instead of like sleeping in a cot, he'll set up just a chair in the corner nearby
Mm-hmm.
and sleep there.
Okay. Carolyn?
Kellen's going to attempt to, before she tries to rest cautiously, she's going to attempt to reach out to either her quarry or her het.
Okay.
If it would change what you're about to do via the mind link, Reese will let Carolyn know that Yesaya is not sleeping.
That will confirm that she is wanting to do this. I think she'll try and reach out to Ashdai first.
Okay. So I'd say I'm on to the third book of a trilogy of novels by Keith Baker set in Eberron, and the Kalashtar is an Ashtai.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. And as I'm gonna communicate with Ashdai, hopefully, I'm keeping eyes on Yusea. To see if there's any change.
Okay. You reach out. What kind of connection are you trying to make here? What questions or queries do you have?
Well, also to be specific as well, Kellen has a hand in her bag of holding, and she's holding onto a scroll of paper. She's just keeping hold of that in one hand. She's reaching out to Ashtai, and I think she says, well, we share a mental connection. I don't think I need to tell you. My concerns are here. Something is not right. And someone really wants to know about you. What's your input on this?
You got a sense of caution, but also an uncertainty. And you think about how, your Kori is native to Faerun. And whilst, centuries and centuries ago, they did also come from Dalcor, taken, by the Imaskari, all those generations ago. But their experience has all been here, and has always been, away from the Dreaming Dark, away from Riedra. They don't have the same frame of references that Eberron Kori have. The Kalashtar Kori have. But you sense an unfamiliarity, and you know that before the memories were taken by those ladies of Nightbrook, by the hags, you know that Ashtai had a connection with Rathis. right? There was a connection between the two core e-spirits, as well as in the material plane, yourself and Ysir. And there's this sense of unfamiliarity, as if it's not Rathis.
Oh boy, we're in a real pickle here.
Reese, have you gone to sleep?
Reese is just kind of doing the same thing you say it is, kind of feigning sleep, just being on guard next to the bed in case there's any movement.
Carolyn, do you continue like thinking about this until Reese goes to sleep? What happens? What you just like?
I think, if I'm honest, I think Carolyn probably falls asleep first. She's exhausted. So I don't think she concentrates on this much longer.
Okay.
I think she's physically incapable of doing so.
Okay. And as you feel yourself, that loss of conscious balance, like kind of tipping over and catching yourself a couple of times, but then falling into a trance, as close as dreamers has come to sleep, quote unquote. Reese, you stay awake for a moment.
I think Reese, given that they're in we have an unknown potential threat in the same place as Reese's family, so Reese will take a level of exhaustion to stay up all night.
Oh wow. We'll see if it comes to that.
Okay. Reese is paranoid. That's why we have the observant feat.
You stay quiet and are trying to just observe what's happening to the best of your abilities, which is pretty good. And after a while, you hear Carolyn's breathing rhythm become more regular, more sonorous as sleep takes them. Carolyn, are you lying on a different bed, I assume?
I'm imagining she's sat in a chair
You too.
across the room.
So
Yeah.
the two of you are sat kind of like across the room on these two chairs that are against the opposite walls, facing each other. Carolyn's head like to one side on the shoulder and against the stonework behind. A couple of times, Carolyn, I think you kind of start to kind of slide a little bit, and Inky just like comes out and like nudges you back.
Yeah.
And Reese, shortly after Carolyn's breathing goes into that sleep rhythm, there's the two of you, and then so if you imagine if you imagine we're in a square room, so there's the two of you across from each other, and then to Reese's right, Carolyn's left, there's the door, and then to the opposite side, opposite the door, there's a bed. There are other beds next to where your chairs are, but then there's another bed against the far wall that's opposite the door there. So it's kind of between the two of you, but just off to the side a little. And Ysir is lying on her side, facing the wall, with her hair just kind of pulled on the bed behind her. And she doesn't move. And she's still facing that way and facing the wall. When you hear her voice. Reese, It's very rude to whisper. No movement in the body.
Is this telepathic?
With everything that's happened, and not being able to get the visual cue, no unintentional connection to recent conversations. You can't see if her mouth's moving. So you and like with just the exhaustion that's just clawing at you, trying to draw you down into sleep as well. You're not entirely sure.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a dice and see what happens.
He likes to do
Roll a dice in a D&D game.
Okay.
In this economy?
that happens on occasions.
Now I'm trying to decide. It's like, does he? I'm in between. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna play it cool, and see, and pretend to be sleeping still, or I'm gonna answer. And I think Reese will err on the side of restraint. So he's gonna play it coy, like he's still sleeping.
You hear the voice again. Oh. No. Whispering and ignoring people. Those mothers didn't raise you right. I do hope they're okay. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yep.
You have 2 crystals.
I'm gonna use one of them. You know what? I'm gonna use one of them.
I think it's wisdom. Let me double check.
It's probably wisdom. You're getting into
It
my
sounds very wisdom. Don't bring that Celestia look to this table right now.
head. Oh, I didn't.
Christina. What is it?
I brought my usual look on the dice that John sent me.
Don't make it my fault.
So that's a natural 20 for 23.
Hell yeah.
When they mention your mothers and just that inkling that they might not be okay, you feel almost like a twitch in your legs, as if your like muscle memory was like reacting to an emergency, and you felt a fear gripping at you and a desire to rush and see if they were okay, but you push through it and resist it. You may choose to do that of your own free will, but you are not forced to.
Okay. Reese has been pushed 3 times now. He is going to he's gonna do something.
We found it, folks. Takes 3 times.
Well, since Yesaya is sleeping and not looking, Reese is gonna cast something. A little minor illusion.
Mm-hmm.
um, that will essentially look like a black cat creeping through the shadows towards Yesaya.
Very, very strongly RP'd there. Well done.
Yeah. Hello, Chitose. Um, and it's essentially just going to be a little whisper of his own voice. It's like, my, Carolyn had told me so many kind things about you. Now I start to question.
But we only met today. No matter. She's fast asleep. In my world now. Carolyn.
Yes.
As sleep took you and you felt yourself falling into its silky depths, you see fire. Just an orange glow above a tree line. The jagged tops of coniferous trees jagged against a dancing orange and red glow. Your vision in the dream swoops in across the trees of Merchud. And you see Merlin, your hometown when you grew up, in flames. You see Arius leaping through a breach in a fortified wall with other warriors of the revolution. But they've lost themselves to whatever it is, whatever it has been that's been taking them from you. And it seems to be infectious. All of the warriors, all of the fighters for the freedom, for the rebellion, they're hacking this way and that, tearing into Jedrick and local populace of Merlin alike. You see the square in the center. The statues of the Pantheon being torn down, knocked over. A group of local people cowering in the center, surrounded on all sides, but by revolutionaries, by this group led by Arius. And amongst them you see your mother. At the same time that Arius sees her. And with a wide, overly wide grin full of shark's teeth, he stalks forward towards the screaming group of people. Flames roar up, obscuring your vision of this, and as they die down, it appears in a different part. You see the pool of blood in the Amaskari Tower of Necromancy. The roots of the tree drinking deep. You see again as you saw before, Igwilf rising up in the form of her archfey, looking out towards you and Luce on the shore of the pool, covered in blood, pasting her hair lankly against her skin. She reaches out, bony, gnarled fingers, long black fingernails, and punches them into Luce's chest, lifting him up off the ground. You reach for him, but she snatches him away. You'll never keep him. This world will never keep him. He belongs with us. He was ours to give and ours to take. And she dives back beneath the pool of blood. Splash! A wave of it washes over you. The scene again washed away with this sudden wall of crimson fluid. You see a steep hill, a column-fronted temple at its top, streets curling around it, spiraling up, corkscrewing towards the top, the hill beneath which you sleep. You see Heptios. You see those trees with the weaver bird-like nests of the various bird folk coming and going, where you met Reese the first time. You see caverns beneath. You see a Nosferatu. One that you thought dead, one that you thought destroyed last time you were here. Prowling through catacombs, barrows, cellars. You see it slowly reaching round a doorway. And you see Reese, younger. You see the creature prowling towards them. Reese will wake up. Reese will notice. They notice everything. But they sleep on. And the Nosferatu's twisted, broken teeth glint in the candlelight as it stalks over to its changeling prey. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Why, certainly. Is a 17.
Okay. How are you doing physically? How much of this rest was for hit points? So how much was it mostly for spell slots?
This was all for spell slots.
See? Everyone, they were complaining about it being near TPK. Must try harder.
Single digits.
Must try harder.
I mean, hit points, she doesn't need to get a lot back because she doesn't have a lot. So
Yeah.
Poor wizards. You find yourself washed away down the corridor, away from this view of the Nosferatu here. Water just completely engulfs the entire space. You find yourself spiraling, unsure which way is up, which way is down, the current just swooping you along, much like back in the winding river, just along from Mirth, as we see on the map here. That day that you thought how Het had found you. You thought how Het had saved you. But It turned out that was Umberly tricking you, trying to deceive you into using your powers more and more violently, as you had in Meth, the time your first magic destroyed another humanoid, I guess. You momentarily break the surface. You gasp for air, just raking it into your lungs as much as you can before the swelling current drags you down again. You see, in the murky depths, the face of the angel out in the Shark Teeth Isles in Port Salune. The one that you saved, the one that you snatched from Umberly's grasp and properly forged the connection with Howhet. She's reaching for you. She's striving to make her way through the raging torrent towards you, trying to reach you, trying to save you. She's torn away. But even as she is, the current dies. And you find yourself suspended in a much larger body of water than the winding river was. Just suspended, your hair wafting around you in the water, moonlight lancing down through the surface, creating a upper zone where you can just make things out here before the bottomless dark beneath you. And you see her floating there as well, looking pleadingly towards you. Kellen! Her voice in your mind. Help me. We've been separated for so long. We have to be together. We have to fight together. How does Kellen react?
That's an interesting question, because this whole experience is making her come to terms with something that she's not given enough thought about. And she's considering if this whole experience, this whole time, she's taking the weaker approach to things. And she thinks about all these visions, glimpses of the future, an alternate past, different choices made. I think if she says anything at all, it might be time for me to realize that there is no choice that can be made. That will allow for me to be good. Or at least how people see me. We will be together, yes, but it will be on my terms. No one else's. My terms. No gods, no evils, no fucking dreaming darks will sway me from my course. Not any longer.
Good. Good. If we are together, if we use our gifts, they can't touch us. They won't touch any of us. You, me, the others.
I think she just nods.
We should join them. Then no one will be able to mess with us. No one would stand a chance. Once we're rested, once we have our strength, let's go to them. Together. Together we can defeat them.
On my terms.
Of course. Just show me the way. Take the lead. We can go together. And I'd like you to make one last wisdom saving throw, please.
That's a natural 19 for a 25.
You see his face darkens. Stubborn bitch. Fine.
Your audio's cutting out, John.
Is it? Okay. Sorry.
It might be too evil, too subtle.
Too intense.
She's like, you stubborn bitch. Fine. If you won't help show us the way, then have all of that to pass. Do you see those flashes of the burning hometown, the drowning spiral of uncontrolled torrent and current underwater, Reese being fed upon, loose, torn away, Arius losing themselves to the frenzy?
I think with a newfound sense of resolve that may or may not be a positive thing, Kellen doesn't react to all these flashes again. She smiles and she'll just call out to that voice. Oh, you poor, poor thing. You're so curious about this world, its people, what you can feed upon, the knowledge. But we have a saying here in Chessenta that curiosity brings consequence. The only thing in the future that's certain is this. I will be your consequence. And you may laugh, they all do, and yet I'm the one that's still here to tread carefully.
And you see his form just start to melt away and grow at the same time, and she becomes the Tsukora Kori that you saw in her prison, with their ability to possess vessels. It seems as their form in the dream plane there was destroyed, they hid away. And it starts to twist this dream space that you're in and says, very well. I shall have to find out just what I can the hard way. And don't think I haven't seen everything you've seen today. These portals, these Imaskari technologies, they are not for your changeling friends to hoard. And you could just see a vibration go off their form as they twist, and this headless torso covered with eyes and those long whip-like tails and those claws on the side all shudder. And back under the hill in Heptios, in the cellar room, Reese, I'm afraid, against your wishes, we see Reese's form go limp and slide off the chair onto the floor as they are drawn into the dream space as well. You appear, Reese, in this vast underwater void that Carolyn, and again, the creature that you saw in the prison, are suspended in. Yeah, sorry, Phantom. I will extract every piece of information that you could have just given me. And you will never wake. You will never see her again. It turns to you, Reese, or them either. And they just roar and ribbon out, and the scene just flashes and changes into this violent maelstrom. There are pieces of masonry, the walls of the cellar that you are in, and just chunks of earth like swirling around in this just howling gale. Both of you please make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 15. Not bad.
7 plus 16, 23.
Nice. Okay. You are both able to avoid these big chunks of reality slamming into you and actually leap onto them, finding some sort of twisted gravity almost, able to perch on them as they howl around here. And you see in the center of all of this, still keeping their original form, having seemed to have just created this maelstrom around them, you see the Tsukora Kori, its eyes gleaming. Now, this is a combative skill challenge. You, considering that you are in a dreamscape, and those sorts of mental faculties and abilities are going to be kind of helping you the most, you get the feeling from what the Sakura was saying, on successes, information can be taken. So you both kind of see this as an opportunity to take information from this Sakura about what was happening. You remember that the deep, these connections to Umberly, this plot with this egg that was stolen from Sitnalta, all of this was tied into them as well. And even though they were under the guise of Red Wizards of Thay, the Dreaming Dark and these so-called Riedrans were heavily involved in that, as well as their own plans. So, let's roll some mental initiative.
Okay. It's like every time. 17 for a total of 20.
Nice. Not 20 for me.
Hey.
How'd you raise?
19 for 24.
Okay.
Oof. Would I be safe to assume that being like a dreamscape, and certainly Kaelin being a dream weaver, would we potentially have an element of control on our surroundings?
You can certainly try.
I have ideas. I have ideas.
But Reese is the fastest. How do you react,
Always.
Reese? Yes.
Wait, faster than the natural 20?
It's only a +2.
Oh, okay. Let me just scooch things on my notes here. Okay. Can given that it is a dreamscape, can I guess roll a perception check to see what the most optimal pathing to get within some sort of violence distance?
Okay.
Violence distance. That's my new favorite measurement.
Or I could just do I have my bow? Do I have my daggers?
You can attempt what you would like to attempt. Please describe to me what you would like to do.
Yeah, I think Reese will attempt the perception to try and get within distance to violence. Reese is going to do some stabbing.
Okay.
They made it personal. They talked about my mamas.
Fair. It's good.
That is a 17 plus 9, 26.
Well, what are you rolling?
That was perception.
Let's think here. Okay. So what are you trying to perceive?
Basically, a clear path in this chaos.
Okay. So yes, you managed to predict what's going to happen. There's no pattern to it, but looking at the movements of things that are kind of coming in, swinging in your direction, you get a feeling for it, and you suddenly dash and leap and manage to kind of leapfrog, and then you do find that actually there's a couple of times you actually misjudge it, and miss the next kind of like earth mote or like chunk of masonry, but you find yourself just like actually flying between them, as if there's like no gravitation here. There's just the currents and the whoosh of the wind just sweeping around, and kind of creating that sense of a physical space. But you are able to avoid other pieces oncoming and get closer to it. As you leap towards it there, it turns towards you, and let's see here. It is going to... Okay, can you make me a charisma saving throw, please?
I would love to.
Everyone's enjoying that art on the screen. It's such a pretty boy.
Okay. That is an 18 plus 7, 25.
Okay. The eyes across this kind of like headless torso just flare with light, and you feel a connection attempting to be formed, but it does not work. Okay. And you, Carolyn, are up next.
Okay, so quick rundown. This is not typical initiative, it's more skill-based. It is more say what you want to do and then we roll a skill check to see what happens kind of thing. That's good, because I don't have any spell slots. But this is a dream plane, and I'm feeling potentially the idea of whether or not I have control in any shape or form. So I'm going to try this angle. Kellen's whole vibe at this point is a little dark. I'm imagining she's going a little dark Scarlet Witch from the MCU at this moment in time. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to start very calmly approaching this thing, and I'm just walking into space, but with the Imaskari magic awakening and flaring around me. Platforms of debris are rushing in to form stairs, like a stairway, for Kellen to just ascend towards, while she's saying, well, killing you once wasn't enough. I guess I'm going to have to do it again. But first, we're going to have a conversation. You're going to tell me everything that I would like to know. And the fun part of this is, I'm not quite sure what I'm about to do in this, because I think I've been pushed a little too far. So I guess you'll find out firsthand.
But first, I need a D100.
Oh, of course. We gotta honor that wild magic surge. 87.
87. Okay. What was the second spin? We spun it, right?
It was the Vantage Crystal.
That's yes, of course. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, 87. 87. Okay. Let's have a look here. Okay. That that will come into effect later, not right now.
Okay.
It's okay, Sky. You kind of just had a little wild magic surge there. Okay. Thank you. So you so you are making your way towards the creature, and sorry, as you move forward, are you trying to control the debris, or are you trying to avoid it, or how are you doing this?
I'm trying to control it to make it a pathway for me.
Right. Okay. Please make me a what's bumped your charisma up at the moment?
From last session, I had Oops All Charisma, as Reese had a Oops All Strength.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't have it written down for some reason. Okay, please make me a charisma check.
Charisma check. Okay. Natural 20. Fuck. Taking a picture.
We need Michelle. We need to get Michelle in here. These dice are all broken. Michelle.
So there's a 25 total. I'll post it in the Phoenix Discord.
Okay.
Yes. So not 20.
So, you step, and just your clothes and your hair is billowing around you, and these huge chunks of debris and masonry and things are all just trying to spiral around and whoosh through the air towards you, and without breaking eye contact with the scorer Corey, you just put a hand up to the side. This huge chunk of wall that was just catapulting towards you just goes to smithereens around you and just whooshes past you. I think like slow motion, we just see one of the bricks just like whoosh through your hair, and you just keep walking, and you grab these pieces from the air and push them down in front of you. The next piece comes, you grab that. Again, another one. Again, forcing your will against it, the force of your charisma, your sassy yet classy charisma. And these pieces are dropping into place, much like those chunks hovering in the dream plane prison that you rescued us here from. So, both of you have come up closer towards the quarry as its tail whips and clashes around, and those terrifying little prestigial arms just like grasping. Respecting.
Okay, I'm aware of all of the moving parts upon this quarry, and yet I would like to try a grapple check.
Okay.
Gotta avoid all those grabby hands.
Especially while I have plus 11 athletics right now.
True.
Okay. So yeah, I was actually gonna just replace the 3 physical ones with the 3 mental ones because of the dreamscape, but we'll say the oops all is from this power that's in here, this drive, this drive to protect your mothers. So yeah, make me that athletics, please.
That is a 24.
Okay. It can't beat it. It has a +3. So the best it could get was a 23. So you... please describe how this happens.
So essentially Reese is just going to kind of just like grab as many parts as he can all together and just start stabbing them like to create this lock.
Okay. As you do and you make that connection, you feel a mental connection, represented here by this physical contact and this success, this beating of this this victory in this moment over the creature. You are able to extract a piece of knowledge. What question would you like to ask?
I think the most pressing question in Reese's mind right now is, how do we get you out of Yesaya?
Okay. You think that this last piece of the creature, the rest of it was destroyed in that dream plane prison, but this last part of it that's here just desperately trying to fulfill their mission and find these other Dreamweavers that have been mentioned, that it's discovered about from talking to Kaelin. If it's destroyed here, it will be driven back to Delcor to reform there. So, and Yusia would be left.
I think Reese just answers that with a, "Oh wow, your death solves just a multitude of problems." Carolyn is not the only one going dark.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, it is going to reach up and try to sting you with its stinger.
With disadvantage because grappled?
Doesn't do disadvantage, I'm afraid.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's only restrained. Does the feats that you'll get because it's Chessenta's Tyranny, does that do anything?
I actually didn't.
Oh, Tavern Brawler.
Let me see, because I didn't have that added to my character sheet since I didn't join initially.
Oh, my bad.
No worries. I will go ahead and add that and figure it out.
Let's have a look here. Strength or con is increased by 1. You're proficient with improvised weapons. An armed strike uses D4 for damage instead of just your strength. When you hit a creature with an armed strike or an improvised weapon on your turn, you can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple. Okay, yes, there's nothing about the restraint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, you. Yeah, I'm afraid. Just zero movement is 0. Is cool. the only thing there. Okay, I'm going to use my crystal, and that is going to be a Reese, does a 22 hit?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so as you're grappling onto it and like wrestling with it, Carolyn, you're making your way through, dragging these pieces of masonry, forcing them with your will to make this path for you. You see that tail come arcing round behind where Reese is not looking and focusing in on this creature, and you just see it stab into Reese's side. And Reese, it has one question, and with this success, I do need you to answer as you know, to the best of Reese's knowledge.
Cool.
Where is the other Dreamweaver?
In all honesty, I have no fucking clue.
You do know it's in with with Lucy's parents.
Okay, I wasn't sure if Mira was still there because I didn't remember seeing her when we visited. But I was
That's
also there was an outage of power and I was not present for that session.
Ah, right, yeah. Yes, as far as you are aware.
The location is not more Duckling.
No, on the site, Erebos.
As far as I'm aware, Erebos.
Erebos. Okay, Jalen, over to you.
Closing the distance, seeing this happen, I think I will try and... It's difficult without spells, but I will try and recreate what I did to this thing before. I will drive my hand into one of its eye sockets and will use the same energy that I do from inflict wounds, but I will be putting everything I have into it.
Okay.
And, you know, hearing what Reese said about this thing's death causes, is a multitude of good things for us. I don't think I have a question, but I do try and give it a message, because I presume that this is connected to one of many entities, that it's not a lone worker, so to speak.
Mhm.
So I think as she drives a hand in through this eye socket and the necrotic Imascari energy begins to pour out from her into the insides of this thing, I want you to make sure you know, and that they know. I want them to experience your final moment. And I want them to understand. This plane of ours is protected. Make a move on us, and it will be your ruin. And I will wield it
Okay.
on my terms. And then she squeezes. Whatever she's got a hold of inside, she squeezes it.
Now, you have the ability to extract information if you want. Or, now, both of you having... Actually, yeah, on this one, this is the chance to extract information.
Okay. What do we need to know?
What's the plan? Any agents in hiding?
Where are your group operating from? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that's a good question or not.
Okay. Their group. Okay. So it means, you know, the Reedrons, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You see almost like as if you're riding on your griffin, you know, just streaking across the sky above Chessenta. You see the ribbon of that north-south river leading away from Heptios down towards the Methmere, towards Meth. And you see the mountains which held the arcane prison, the Tafina, with the captured wizards and spellcasters. And you know those mountains are called the Sky Riders. And you see a different structure. It looks to be dwarven in origin. A fortified entrance into the hillside. Before you're snatched back into the moment.
Hiding away in the mountains. Such cowardice.
It's where we found the deep. It's where we found your fiancé.
And it's also where you found your demise.
Speaking of, Reese.
Okay.
So you have it grappled externally. I have it grappled internally.
Combo move.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, so to speak, just like twist the knives into its back that I'm using to grapple it?
Mm-hmm. Make an attack roll.
And would this use my dagger
Yeah,
proficiency modifier?
Did you find the homebrew?
Yes.
Yeah, so it should be. If it's equipped,
It's a
it should.
27 to hit.
Oof.
I rolled a 19.
So that's. The. It'd be 25, right?
19 plus 8?
Have you got.
It might be...
Do you have. What's that? Plus.
I also did have a +1 from last... but it shouldn't... I didn't add it in. So...
I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
my daggers right now for me are listed as a +8. The longbow is a +7.
Yeah, I'm trying
That
to.
might be due to the strength mod.
Yeah, probably. It's strength or dex, isn't it, for daggers?
Okay. Oh, that's okay. I see. So I thought it was just Dex. That's why I was trying to figure out where that came from.
Hmm.
Yeah, because your Dex is +4, and then with the proficiency would be a +7. So it must be using the strength instead.
Yeah.
So you feel the just the energies of this space. I think you're using the crystal daggers, right?
Yes.
So I think we'll say this Oopsal's strength is in universe it's because you're in this place of dream, and these are inspired daggers. They are dreaming dark weapons that draw on that energy. So that's what's giving you this boost here. And you twist those in. You become aware as you do this that you could cause a great deal of damage or get more information.
Yeah, Reese is always going to want information.
I'm super proud.
Would it be possible to ask what is the full extent of their plans on this plane?
The goals of the dreaming duck. Certainly.
Okay.
Okay, so you try and extract that.
Yep.
Okay. To find other Kori and send them back home to Dalcor. Okay. The Skora turns to you, Kaelin, and you see all of the eyes just shimmering with a scintillating glow. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Love it when you ask me that. She is the gift that keeps on giving. That is a 19 total.
Okay. Again, not enough. And it's your turn.
I'm gonna roll to see if Carolyn wants information or if she wants to kill this thing, because she's not entirely her usual self right now.
Okay.
I would like to kill this thing. Because I was flavoring this earlier as like Dark Scarlet Witch, Carolyn would like to do to this thing what Elizabeth Olsen did to John Krasinski. Spoilers for anyone who isn't up to date with the MCU, I suppose. So she's, with her hand still like buried into this form, she's gonna just concentrate all of her power. In your last moments, I want you to know that this is me being absolutely reasonable. And as she explodes the power, I want to turn this thing into meaty ribbons.
Okay. Using?
So I suppose flavoring it like my inflict wounds, but just trying to channel as much energy of this place as possible. Kaelin is a dream weaver. This is the dream plane. Her namesake must count for something here. And she's just letting the power flow, whether it's good or bad, because it's going to get results.
Nice. Go for it.
Alrighty. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay. It does. And you feel the ability to either destroy or extract information from this thing.
And as I rolled for before, she's gonna go for destroy.
Okay. So, explain just what happens as you pour all of your anger and frustration and consequence into this thing.
I think what Reese would see over to the side is the light blue and purplish aura that normally emanates from her magic and the Imaskari runes within her skin starts to turn red. And the air around her starts to shimmer, kind of like when you look across a really hot space and you can see the air displace from the heat. It's kind of like that coming all around her. Her eyes fade to white, and there's almost like a whoosh of air as this energy is being sucked in into this one moment, and she just, with her hand buried inside this thing, she just snaps her fingers and just
You focus everything in on the creature, and you feel the energies just channeling through you, and there is a crunching, kind of almost tortured sound. And Reese, from your position on this thing's back, you look around and you see that the spiraling chaos is against everything, against its momentum, against all the forces that are spinning it around. It's coming screeching to a halt. And all of you are just held there for a moment, in a momentary piece of calm, as it just stops. And then Kaelin flexes their arms, and Reese, you pull the daggers out and push, backflipping away from the creature as all of these pieces of earth and rock and masonry and stone all slam in around Kaelin's arm, utterly crushing the creature. And then you see little seams of light around the cracks and the edges and amongst the stones, and again it explodes out into this space around you as it was before, taking with it the ribbons of the remnants of this Sakura Kori, and it starts to spin and howl again, utterly devastating the remains of this creature. And all of it starts to fade. Your hair is still whipping about you, but the light seems to dim. And you slowly feel it dissipating, calming. You feel washes of rest, quietness wash over you again. You feel, Carolyn, something beneath you, the base of a chair. Reese, you feel something along your side and realize it's the hard floor. And the two of you open your eyes in the cellar beneath the hill in Heptios. And both of you have the benefits of a long rest.
Ooh.
And you see her on the bed, the low cot against the wall opposite the door, now rolled onto her back, sleeping peacefully. A small smile on her mouth.
I'll look over to Reese.
He's just gonna like nod and is bolting for the door.
You go to your mother's quarters?
Yeah. He's knocking very urgently.
Mm-hmm. They like, you just like hear from it. What? Is it Winterfest morn?
No, please have clothes on.
Like, just open your stockings. You can have your main presents later.
I need to get a message to Erebos immediately.
Okay.
The Dreamweaver Mirashtai needs to be moved to a safe location.
Okay. Right. Yes. Well, we're up now, so. Morning.
Morning.
Fezri, you going to see about that shipment? She's like, oh, yes.
You
Then-
might also consider additional protections on this place.
Okay.
It's not as safe as you think.
Oh, I don't know. I can think pretty safe. Okay, we'll see. Just look. There's no point rushing off on an empty stomach. Come on, eat.
Okay.
Elinka says, "I will go to Erebos. We will. Where should we look?"
Reese will essentially the home of Luce's mothers. Because I'm assuming that Alinka already has that info.
Of course.
It's like, oh, somebody's associated with me? No, they know. They've done all like the back. They've triple checked the background check.
She says, "I'll get right on it," and starts to walk away.
Thank you.
We say, "The house of Lucy's mothers." Understood. In her regular voice. Her eyes flash. I've been here.
I hear that music change.
I've been here the whole time.
God damn it, Samrush, get out of that campaign.
No, sorry, I was just fucking around. It is dead. And she goes off to do that. You see, going back in the direction of those portals once again. And now, away from the surprise and everything, Reese, you do notice that all of those sigils around the portal are very similar to those on Carolyn's skin. This is, well, the Sakori, you said it as well, but this is clearly Imaskari technology. So, Fezri, make sure you're all fed. I am going on a trip to collect some merchandise.
Excellent. Enjoy.
Where are you headed? Anywhere we can deliver you to?
Carolyn,
I
where
think
to?
we need to regroup before we do anything.
And a leather armor clad, cloaked figure, looks like they've been traveling, comes in off the road. Freshly arrived, clearly. And they lean into Fezri and mutter something urgent to her. And she closes her eyes for a moment and opens again, smiles. Your base of operations was down in Meth, wasn't it?
Originally.
Yes.
I can't help but notice you used the phrase was.
Oh, you've been in the north for so long. Sorry.
Ah. I thought you were about to tell us something bad.
Maybe.
Yeah, she might still be. There was.
Don't give up on me yet. Well, I've just received word. Once your friends are with you, you might want to head south. There is, you know the village, Estin? And we haven't come across it, on stream yet, but you are both aware of it. It is along the coast of the Methmere, between Meath and this way up. It's like halfway between the Skyriders and Meath.
Yeah.
Near that terrifying boar of the God Swallower.
Let's not go there. It's a silly place.
It is a silly place. Fezri looks to you, Reese. One of our couriers recently visited Estin. I believe it's not too far from Meath. They sent a message by bird. Town deserted. Investigating. And they haven't been heard from. I don't know what it could be. if it could be Shala staging. If she's gathering troops there secretly, then I hope they're just captured. It could be much worse. And if they're planning to attack Meth and take it back from you, well, you should get the jump on that.
Indeed. So regroup and then to Eston.
There is a whoosh, and the tablecloth and your clothes and things just kind of like buffeted by a wind here in these subterranean caves, and you see a small, pointy-nosed, long, kind of very very pointy, long elongated nose, and like kind of wild hair, and a little kind of Grecian kind of smock. Clasped much like Lucy's used to be, comes skidding to a halt, and there is a blur of motion behind them, and you see a slightly terrified Arius and a very gleeful Luce just come hurtling to a stop, and the quickling that visited Luce recently says, triumphantly holds up like a makeshift compass. You can see on the needle of the compass is Carolyn's tooth that Luce gave them.
Damn it.
And it says, see? Ha! Told you! Now, things to do, places to be, gotta go, bye! And there's just like, whoosh again. You swear you hear a meep meep. And Luce and Arius are like, hi!
Hi, are the griffins well?
Fuck the griffins. No, I'm joking. They are flying this way. They did not want to travel express.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
They will be required. We have
Places to go.
Places to be. We do. Time for a venture back down south.
Arius wrinkles their nose near the Methmere.
There's trouble there, unfortunately.
There's always trouble there. It's full of Sahagwin and God knows what else. Goddess knows what else.
I think.
Ooh.
Well, I think it's in our best interests that we address this personally. Speaking of, while you've been gone, we may have acquired a new ally, so to speak.
Yes.
Is you say it's still asleep in the...
She was, yeah. But to say for the perfect framing of it, she appears in the doorway.
If I can introduce my better half, Nisea.
And she comes over and leans a little of her weight on your shoulder. Morning. It's lovely to meet you. I wish it could have been sooner. And Carolyn, it's her. It's just like so. It's like just like everything about just the aura of it and the voice and everything's back to normal. And do you attempt to reach out?
I think not only does she do so, but she does so unconsciously.
Yeah.
It's like it's been over a decade, and yet it's like no time has passed.
Right. And also Ashtai almost also reaches, I think, for Rathis as well. And and the connection is immediate and familiar. Although so long incoming. But there's that rush of warmth, and Reese, you see her, also just like side-eyeing. She's like, just double check here, make sure. You see her just like close her eyes as that connection is reformed for the first time in so long. And she isn't like surprised. It's like she was like a passenger while the Socorro was in control. So she's not like, oh my god, Kellen. She
was aware of what happened.
Yeah, she had seen you and had been. She's like, Kellen, from the on the inside. You fill Arius and Lucin on everything that's happened, and it isn't too much longer before I think the Griffins were given a head start on their way down, and your Karen, your wild magic surge was that I tweaked it a little. Your wild magic surge was that all compasses point at you.
Oh.
But I made this very specific one with its very specific adjustments instead. And
does that make loose the tooth fairy? Literally?
Well, better than Kathleen of the crooked teeth that used to be in that part of the realm. But Scarlet and friends took care of that. You catch up, and Luce and Arius tell you that they were able to capture some of those wizards of the deep, and were able to get information from them as well. And the reason that they were able to defeat them, they were weakened, and there was less in number, particularly. Apparently, a large group of them, the main group of them, including the Arcane Force's son, the one that started it. Mm-hmm. What's his name again? Hang on. I got it. Hang on, 2 seconds. Keratles.
Yes.
Keratles and most of the members of the Deep had left, and thanks, Christina. And had travelled south to a place on the Methmere called Estin.
Fascinating coincidence,
isn't it? And you say that you had just received word from Reese's mother about that as well, and yes, Reese, is there anything you want to say to Fezri before she pops off to the Rock of Bral? Where Patch, in a other more ill-destined guise, has met her before.
Yeah.
In
and
her
also
favorite Jellybeans shop.
Also, where Patch is going to be GMing in the next 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
On the Rock of Bral.
Mm-hmm. That's our charity stream tonight.
Nice.
Doing a one-shot on the Rock of Bral.
Oh, fantastic.
Perfect timing.
Do check that out. Drop something in chat again, everyone, so they can jump on the follow there. Yeah, everyone. They're all over at QuestJunkies. They're doing this incredible charity week for the Trevor project, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yes, indeed. It's gonna be lovely, I'm sure. I hope Dan's there.
There will be some recognizable characters there if you tune in.
Nice. So the Patch's Spelljammer character, the Dark of Xerxes, was over there, and they crossed paths with Fezri as she was talking with Frictionless Dan before. And side note, that shipment of Shadow Gold that she's taking ownership of via Frictionless Dan was stolen from the courts of the Shadow Fae by one of our anniversary groups. DM Jazzy Hands and Alicia Marie and all of those wonderful people stole a Spelljammer from the shadow fell there and through a portal of dance and back to the Rock of Brow. And of course rescued the Knights of the Queen of Knights of Magic's court as well, while they're at it.
Nice.
Now, so yes, Reese, sorry, is there anything you want to ask Fezri before? Kellen, any questions as well?
Not for Fezri, no, I don't think.
Reese, do you mention the similar markings?
Probably before the Griffins get there, because once the Griffins get there, Reese just wants to show off Starscream.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Okay. So, Kellen, with that information, do you do anything?
Well, I think, for one thing, Kellen's glad that she has the bigger griffin, because it can fit probably her and Yesaya.
Fair.
I think at one point she will look at Yesaya and say, you might have a chance for a bit of payback. I think they're more than due some. What do you think? I know we've only just reunited, but if things don't continue, then I think lots of people, not just us, will not get a happily ever after. So, fancy a trip saving the world?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Plus, I have learned so much cool magic. You have no idea. So much cool stuff. And I'm going to show you all of it. And Caroline gets really, starts full on nerding out, which she doesn't often do. But, it's like she has so much to show off to the woman she loves. So.
And Reese, you can hear that, you can see that Yesaya is just bathing in this and just lapping it all up and just listening to Caroline's voice and smiling. And she's got this little nose wrinkle that she does when she smiles, just on the edge of laughter. And after a while of catching up, which we can come back to and do a little RPing of before we fly south, you do indeed, Reese, get word that the Griffins have arrived and are terrifying the town above. So you go and see to them, and we shall join, hopefully, the full party next time as you fly south towards this innocent little fishing village that's gone strangely quiet, and delve into the mysteries beneath the waters of Methmia once again, but this time with the help of our friends at Arcane Library.
It's not like us to put a fishing village in danger in Chessenta, is it?
Hey, you made a deal. You saved meth. You saved the meth, yeah. Just Umberly
Looks at loose.
Umberly didn't promise any other places would be safe.
Yeah, we need the full table for that then.
If we got basically updated information on what the situation is in Eston, Reese would have also conveyed that to his mom. Just because it's like this, like, if I can save them, I will.
Yes, I think the only extra information you got was that
it's the deep.
The deep were there, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means it's something to do with Umberly.
Yep.
And their plots.
Sea bitch.
Okay, so massive thank you to these lovely players of mine, and for everyone over there in chat. Thanks for joining us, and we can look forward to seeing them in a couple of weeks and finding out what lies in store with the deep and everything going on down there in the south. Now, we are going to head off raiding, but before we do, let us give a big shout out and thank you to these lovely people, and hear what's going on with them. Please, do you want to drop your card again there, Patch? Sorry for the.
Sure. There we go.
Hopefully that's back on next week. Thank you, everyone. So yes, where can people find you on the material plane?
So yes, hello, I've been Patch, usually the ever humble Dungeon Master over at Quest Junkies. You can find us every night this week. We are doing 8 days of 8 streams for Pride Month, raising funds for the Trevor Project. We just hit $1,000 last night, which was incredible. We've been unlocking milestones along the way. Our next milestone will bring a new Candela circle to Quest Junkies, which I'm really excited about. Been working behind the scenes at prep for that, and some very exciting things coming for that. We are streaming, as I said before, in about 4.5 hours' time. We are doing a Stradalicious prequel as we find out what the wonderful Sky McSparkle in chat, what their character, Captain Ileana, was doing before she was pulled into Barovia. She was on a heist on the Rock of Brawl with a few familiar faces and a very special guest who's joining us for the first time at Quest Junkies. Katie, also otherwise known as the Scottish Geek, will be joining us for a bit of a space heist.
Then I think we should go right into them, shouldn't we?
Oh, absolutely. And knowing like the Stradalicious vibes, there's probably going to be a distinct amount of horny. Because I know my players. And it's always fun when they're my players, because usually I'm one of the players in this. But yes, and we're streaming tomorrow and on Sunday, and it's been a completely exhausting experience, but an amazing one. And I've never done so much non-D&D streaming as well, which is quite possibly my favorite thing from it.
New toys.
New toys, who dis? But thank you for allowing me to have a bit of a break from chaos to enjoy some Chessenta chaos.
Hopefully it was some cathartic rescuing of fiancés.
Yes. I mean, it's Pride Month. It has to happen.
Absolutely.
Let the gays live.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I fixed Streamlabs as well. Huzzah!
Hey.
So, Reese, how about your good
self? You can find me here every other Friday, or not next week, but every other week, most likely Mondays and Wednesdays on Quest Junkies.
Thank you. And we are PhoenixUK, playing lots of D&D and other TTRPGs, and we will be back at the other end of the weekend with Tomb of Annihilation. After a year and 3 months, they got their first level up. And they were delighted. Because they were supposed to start at level 1 and they jumped in at level 5, so they should have had 4, I suppose, already. But they have finally caught up with the milestones, and they were able to level up as they were gifted the ability to fly by the Arakokra monks of Kersabal Monastery, and as they swoop across the jungles of Chult towards the forgotten city of Uptau's the god. As they fly across to the Forbidden City, they will be heading on to find the lair of the evil lich that is creating the death curse. But there might be a little bit of a blip in between now and then, as there is something living in the Forbidden City already, which needs to be dealt with first. But do join us for that. There's wonderful folks coming in. And then that will be those Friday night for some people, I suppose, streams as we rejoin the Candlekeep Mysteries. Also with a now safe Dreamweaver there as Bridget's character, safe and sound for now. And the other fabulous stream that weekend will, of course, be Phandelver and Below. The town of Phandalin is safe. The sexy battle wizards protected it from the goblin hordes of Snofrit, and it was a good old time. But we shall be returning to your regularly scheduled Green Dragon fight next time, and see how they do. Come and see if our heroes of Phandalin do survive that rather nasty creature that has leapt upon them. And then, yeah, we'll be back around here next time to see what's going on in this little fishing village to the south. Right, thank you all so much, everybody. Please do jump in the Discord right there, and do follow all of these wonderful friends that have been scrolling by next to me here. Our wonderful friends at CZRPG, with all of their amazing encounters and things that you can add into your games, beautiful maps, interesting design, original magical items, the works. And, of course, if you're playing games, you need those beautiful click-clack math rocks, so jump in to the fabulous Phoenix Dice and get all of those beautiful, beautiful rocks that roll so well, apparently. And while you're there, I think you should enjoy a bit of a discount for being lovely viewers and enjoy the coupons that we have there for both of those stores. So jump in on those. Of course, if you're looking for games to play in but want a professional GM to lead you on your travels, then you should head over to the DM Charlie Discord, where you can find amazing DMs to take you off on adventures, or just hang out and get their sage advice and bask in a lovely community to be a member of. Then, of course, if you've enjoyed all the music and want the ability to put music and sound effects and things into your games as well, then grab yourself some of that tasty, tasty Sirenscape goodness. Of course, not just for D&D, but all sorts of other systems as well. And not just fantasy either, sci-fi, all the works. Jump in on that goodness there. And last but not least, our friend Chuck in chat was there. The fabulous folks over at Troll Lord Games have a Kickstarter going. Do check that out. It's still going, right, Chuck? I don't think it's finished yet. Please do head on over there and check out the fantastic Castles and Crusades Reforged. Let's kick some ass. We finished kicking ass, sorry, Vision, but do stick around and we go and head over and raid into someone else who's kicking ass. They have purged the OGL content from each book, and they are going into their new original best form, their final form. So please jump in and give them your support. It's fully funded and will be ready to be recognized and realized and sent out into the world as soon as that's all sorted there. So make sure that you don't miss out, and we'll play a little video of that soon as well. Right, okay, friends, speaking of the Scottish Geek, who's going to be jumping over into our friends at QuestJunkies in a moment, in a few hours, let's go and see what they're doing as a warm-up for that, and see what's going on there. We're going to raid on in there, so please stick around for that, and we look forward to seeing you all next time. But till then, stick around for the raid if you've got them. Let those phoenixes fly, and until next time, as we like to say around these parts, oh, you see what I say. Thank you, Sirenscape.
Yes, I mean.